In this video, you will learn about Expo, which helps beginners in mobile development to build native React Native apps with ease. With Expo, you will be able to start right away with minimal setup and build a complete cross-platform app in React Native. Expo is beginner-friendly and is a complete toolbox that you can use to start your React Native journey. So what exactly is Expo? Expo is an open-source platform that is used for making cross-platform native apps using React Native. Expo adds a layer of abstraction on top of React Native apps. It provides tools built for React Native, which gets you set up within a few minutes without much hassle. Regardless of whether you use React Native CLI or Expo CLI, you are still writing React Native code to build cross-platform native apps using JavaScript and React. With Expo, however, you will never touch any native iOS or native Android code like Swift, Java, or Kotlin. This is because Expo automatically makes native code compatible with React Native code, and it is not available to the developers who are using it. With Expo, a cool feature that you will enjoy is over-the-air, OTA, updates. Since all of the code will be in JavaScript, you can push updates to your app anytime over the air. You would not need App Store approvals to push updates. This is a big relief to developers, since they usually spend days waiting on approvals from app stores to publish updates to their apps. Anytime you want to deploy an update, you simply click a button to publish, and a new version will be available to your users instantly. Expo also comes with a lot of native APIs built in for both iOS and Android. Native APIs for camera, file systems, location services, push notifications, and so on are already part of the Expo ecosystem. So far, you have heard only good things about Expo. Does it sound too good to be true? Yes, there definitely are a few cautions you must be aware of when using Expo. Let me highlight these cautions. Expo does not have all the iOS and Android APIs. Expo has support for many device APIs, but not all of them. So, you might want to check the documentation of the APIs before you decide to use Expo. If you build your apps using the React Native CLI without Expo, you still have access to the native code. So if you want to write your own custom native component, you could add it to your React Native application if you used the React Native CLI instead of Expo. With Expo, adding customized native modules requires more steps than other options, but it is still possible. If you are looking to keep the size of your app extremely lean, then Expo may not be the best choice, since it comes with several packages and APIs that you may not use. At the end of the day, you can always eject from an Expo app. That said, if you decide to build your mobile app using Expo, and 6 months down the line you have additional requirements that may be better off without Expo, you can eject your app from the Expo ecosystem. This does come with a cost though. You may have to refactor some code to use other libraries that are not part of the Expo ecosystem. Although there are some warnings about using Expo, it is still highly recommended for novices who are just venturing into mobile development. Expo shields you from some of the pain points with mobile development. This will help keep your learning journey less stressful. Expo is still the fastest way to build a React Native app. Let me just summarize the pros and cons of using Expo for you. The benefits of using Expo are that the setup is easy, you don't have to have any prior knowledge of iOS or Android code, and Expo comes with a lot of built-in APIs. The caveats or cautions are that not all iOS and Android APIs are included. There are sometimes poor integration of custom modules, and app sizes can be large and not lean. In this video, you learned about Expo CLI, its benefits for beginner mobile developers, and what you need to be aware of when using Expo CLI. You now understand that Expo CLI is an added layer of abstraction on top of React Native and can be potentially used to set up React Native apps with ease.